Hello and welcome, I'm Tim and this is TimBatSea. We are in the Delaware River, right up in almost downtown Philly on a very soggy day. And this is the morning before a big blow that's going to come in this afternoon and be with us all night and tomorrow, and get a little apprehensive about that. But those guys are up there getting ready to heave the anchor. And if you look over here, you can see those two stacks in the stern of the USS United States, a steamer over there. And let me bring you up on the chart plotter here.
So you ready, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and heave up when you're ready.
Alright, start to heave.
So, right here is where the United States is. And this is the ship that we're going to. And we need to get in between there without hitting either one. Right now the tide is currently ebbing, and we're gonna wait a little while and wait for ebb tide. Try to sneak in there and hopefully get in there without too much ado. Okay, so we're back. The anchor's heaved. You can see the bow is falling over there pretty good. I'm going to try to stop that because that is really kind of flying over there, and I don't want to get too far behind this thing. So I'm going to try to do a right-hand twist, try to slow that bow down. You can start to see the ship that we're going to go alongside, and well, we're going to go in between these two ships. Black one being the old steamship, the United States, and the brown one being the one that we're going to bunker. Grab that bow, and I've been trying to stop the spin the whole time, just not wanting to do it. Coffee cups rattling over here. So you can see there's not a whole lot of room for me to get in, and the rake of the ship is something that I'm a little concerned with. Chief, are you with the tankerman?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, just verify the name of the ship for me, just to make sure I don't go to the wrong ship.
Yes, the Finalizing.
Oh, it is? All right, good deal. I was going to put you into the other ship, so good thing I asked. All right, well that changes everything. I thought we were going right there. It's been like 12, 15 years since I've done that. And it turns out that we're going to be going to this ship over here, which is going to be a much easier, less stressful job. But right now, the tide is still ebbing. It was supposed to go slack about, about 12 minutes ago, and that has not happened yet. So now we've checked up the spin. I see the ship that we're going to, and we will just sit here and see what the tide does. When it gets right, we'll slide it right in there. Yeah, I thought we were going in between the United States and that other ship.
One did too.
All right, good deal. I'm glad I checked with you, and glad you told me this one.
He said he still wants to get a good look at that United States, so he just drive us in there for a few minutes, have a look.
Oh, okay, a little sightseeing tour. I understand. Oh, those tankermen are so silly. All right, you know what? I think we can start creeping over that way. We're still, you can see us falling down, doing about a knot sideways. But this changes everything. Before, I'd have to get perfectly straight and drive straight in. Now, if the tide is still going, I can come up, fight the tide, and then roll in against the ship over here. So like I say, our situation has gotten much better. The longer we wait, the less the tide will, or the more the tide will cool off. So we're just going to kind of start making our way over there now. So I'm clutch ahead 2 engines, about 20 degrees right rudder. And I'm just trying to shorten the distance between us and the dock and maybe flatten out a little bit because the tide's still going. So the more I can aim up river and wait out the tide, the better. In fact, I'm going to put the rudder hard over right now. Come ahead on my starboard end, my port engine, be all stop on my starboard engine. And now what I'm trying to do is just to flatten out and get over there and kind of buck the tide until it cools down a little bit more. Zoom the chart plotter out, make sure I don't have anybody coming because I'm going to be blocking the channel here. Okay, I don't see anybody. I had made a security call, nobody answered. Haven't heard anyone on the radio, so everything's looking good. Now I'm looking at my predictor line and it's going straight for the stern of the ship. So that means I'm not making any forward progress, which is okay. But that just means that the tide is still in fact ebbing. Once that predictor line starts, if the tide was, if it was slack, I'd be making forward progress instead of sideways motion. Now I'm a little concerned that if I get too close to the dock there, the next dock up, this one over here, if I get too close to that, then it will make things a little bit more difficult. So, because it's still looking to be ebbing, you know what, I kind of think I should just go in.
The Tolan, sparing to drop lines, Packer Avenue, will be outbound for C. The container ship Tolan, sparing to drop lines with Packer, outbound for C.
All right, I think we're going to be all right. So I think we're just going to keep going over this way. And my plan right now is to get the bow of the barge lined up with the corner of the dock over here. And then snap it around to the left and hopefully lift my stern off so that the stern won't make contact with the ship. I'm all stop and we're making about a knot sideways right now. I'm looking out in the water, looking for any float scum or jet scum to give a telltale of what's happening with the tide. I'm still seeing bubbles going by the stern of the the barge, but that could be the knot that we are actually moving. So I think we're going to be good to go. All right, Chief, let's go out there and do this.
All right, I'm getting suited up.
Down to 0.8 knots, and I'm all stop. So I'm thinking that the tide is just about slack, and I'm thinking that it won't stay slack very long.
After we get done, you gotta pull in alongside the United States just so I can get some pictures.
Yeah, we'll get you on the way out when it's supposed to blow 40. Sorry to have you put the fenders down on both sides. I thought we were going to go over and do that other job there.
Alright. All it is pushing a button.
All right, so look, maybe if you could go up in the bow and just give me distances from our bow to the corner of the dock up there, the opposite dock, so that I can see how much room I got. I want to get that bow over there and then shoot right in.
Okay.
That's Gordon. Worked with him. He's a good old Maine boy. Worked with him years ago on another boat. I mean, he's always been a tankerman, and I've been working with him, but I mean, I was on another boat when that was happening. All right, so since I'm all stopped and we're falling in just fine, I'm going to center my rudder so I could use it either way. And once again, I'm concerned about falling the stern of the tug falling into the stern of the ship. So I want to have everything's falling down right now, which is good. The bow will fall down and hopefully we'll shoot straight in. At least that's the plan.
We're about 70 feet off and 25 feet inside.
So I got to back up 25 feet?
Now, you got to swing over 25 feet to be inside it.
Ah, yes, understood. Okay, good deal. Just make sure I don't hit it.
Yeah. So you're holding close to 70 feet off and about 15 feet outside it.
All right, good deal. All right. Chief's going out there now. Still all stopped. Rudder's still amidship.
10 feet outside it.
Okay, now I'm looking at the water. Very good. I'm looking at the water coming off the ship, the rain, and it's making a slick, and it's looking like it's flooding over there. That might just be an eddy right there.
I'm just about to start seeing daylight down it.
Very good. Now I'm going to put my rudder 20 degrees to port.
I'm seeing daylight. There's plenty of fendering down the dock there.
All right, very good. Here we go. So I'm clutch ahead on my port engine with the rudder hard over to port to try to lift that port side up a little bit more, the stern. Start making forward progress. I'm going to clutch on 2 now. Now things are going to start to happen. Well, hopefully they won't happen badly, but
Our bow is just even with the stern of the ship now, about 30 feet off.
all right, and we got nothing to worry about on the starboard side, right?
Not that I can see.
All right. Okay, so everything's going good. I'm doing 1 knot right ahead, 2 in clutch. So it's nice having it in clutch because I got all the power in the world that I need if something goes wrong.
The side looks like it's got a good 25 feet off.
Okay. All right, good deal. Okay, so now that that's not an issue, I need to get some speed to get in because if I land.
You're pretty well on your port side.
Very good. Because if I land on the ship, I want to land on the flat part of the ship. So that's what I got to watch out for. I got to get the bow in there far enough again, and I'm falling down right now, which is a bad thing. So I'm going to pull the bow over, which will lift the stern out. Okay, everything's getting good now. That's good. A little less nervousness. Now the bow should not be affected by the tide. All right. But the stern of the tug will be affected, whether it's flooding or ebbing. Hopefully it's
25.
Okay, let's do what we did the other day. We'll land on the flat part, get a line up, and then back down to, go past the flat to get where the connection is.
I read you.
Okay, so everything's going good right now. I'm feeling confident. I think the bow is up on the flat there. So if I started to fall into the ship, I could jam the bow over and not go under the rake. I'm doing a left twist with a rudder hard left to lift my stern up. How's my stern looking? I got plenty of room back there?
You're flat right now and you're about 15 wide. I see you're popping the stern out a little bit. I would continue to do that until you get up to the flat part.
All right, and we got the flat on the first fender, right?
Yes, we're about 30 or 40 feet into the flat side.
All right, I can't see that stern, so watch that stern for me, all right?
Got my eye on it. At this rate, it looks like your fender will touch the flat part as long as you don't come in too much more.
Roger that. Let me know if you need some.
Third bow is 8 foot wide up here. We might need to get a little flatter to make that fender touch.
All right, like pull the bow out.
Yeah, pull the bow out just a little bit.
All right, here we go.
Looks like the fender's going to touch first. You're good.
All right, how's the stern look?
I'd say about a 20 foot ahead, your fender will touch the front part of the ship.
All right, good deal. Okay.
Great. Forward fender is about 6 inches off the ship, and you can just back up there.
All right, I'm gonna get it settled down here, Chief. See if you can get me a line. And the guy is showing me right now that the connection's right underneath the lifeboat, front of the lifeboat. So we're probably gonna have to put up a line where you're at and back down.
Okay.
Okay, so my stern is falling out pretty badly. So I am going to start to try to walk the stern over. Instead of twisting it over, I want to walk it over to keep the bow over that way, up against the ship. And I think this is because we're starting to feel some flood tide back there, and the stern of the tug is still out in the stream. Okay, now the bow's going to come off as the stern's coming over, so I'm going to reduce my wheel to about 10 degrees right wheel. Try to start walking over, and that will help the bow from coming out as much. Fortunately, it's still coming out, so now I'm going to put it just about midship. There we go. That seems to have slowed everything down. Now I'm going to put it back to 10 degrees right wheel. Okay, now I just go with clutch. Better angle here. Can you guys see anything over here like that? Hopefully that's pretty good. If it's not, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Alright. I'm just falling back, so I'm giving the clutch ahead a little bit, and I need to keep my bow up there, so there we go. I'll stop. Put my rudder 10 degrees right again, everything's all stopped. We're sitting there, line's going up. And I think I've discussed this in other videos, but the problem that I have is that the stern of the ship comes together, and that's called a rake. And we need to be way back here on this ship, and the rake is going to the barge is going to want to fall under that rake. All right, I need to start getting that stern back over there again. I'm just not liking it. Oh, can you imagine if I went to the wrong ship? Not only would that be embarrassing, but oh my God, it's going to be really difficult to get over there too, and then we would have missed the tides. Good thing I checked. Those guys don't really have a bollard to put the bow line on, so they're shackling into one of the stanchions. Not the lifeline stanchion, but the stanchion that holds the cargo hatch up. At least I hope that's what they're doing. Looks like they're putting that through right now. Good deal. Yeah, they are doing it up there the right way. So that's good. Yeah, we're right along for first line. Still all stopping. I'm kind of holding you right now. Knock on wood. All right, Chief, you gonna slack that while I back up?
I'm waiting on the B team to make it off on the deck. Gordon is gonna spot you when we start backing up, but we're not ready yet.
Okay, good deal. And Gordon, when you go to spot me, you just keep an eye on that rate because I can't see it at all because of the pump house.
Okay.
When the Chief says he's waiting on the B team, he's talking about the guys on the ship. I gotta try to get over there again.
Alright, I got a rock and a half on it.
Okay, backing down.
We gotta come back about 30 feet.
30 feet. Alright, so I gotta keep that bow up against because like I say the stern's gonna roll against everything, so everything's looking good. I got one engine. There we go. Come back on one engine, I've got the other engine ready to go. As that bow pops off, I'll put that engine in gear just to lift us up a little bit. Okay, now we're coming back at a good clip, so I'm gonna go all stop right now.
Check your headway before we get to the spot, please. This line's kind of paying out fast.
Yes, sir. Chief and I are on the same page. I had pulled it out of gear, so I think
Another 20 feet. About 50, I'm gonna pick that yoke up a little bit so it's closer on the rake of the ship.
Alright. Okay, the stern's falling off a little bit, so
I
that's
have a handheld out midship too. Mid-barge, I have a handheld yoke down too.
alright, cool. Now I'm concerned because I'm starting to fall off because I'm getting
We getting
back.
close?
How much further, Gordon?
I'm looking, it looks like we still got another 20 feet. The connection's way back here.
Okay, so now I gotta try to walk the stern over because my
Yeah,
stern,
15 more feet.
stern is getting pulled off by the flood tide now. Okay, that seems to be working.
We're gonna have to make this work here because we're gonna be under the rake of the ship if we don't.
Alright, I'll get it stopped. Chief, you can make it off.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. We
I
got
can get them back here. I can get a couple lines up back here. We'll see what we can do.
Alright, Gordon, I'm going to try to pull into that bow line and keep her stretched back here. And you get one keeping me going the other way, that'd be great.
Yep.
Okay, so now I've been wiggling my rudder around trying to pull it
Fade
back
off
up.
and kite.
Very good. Now what I got to do is try to keep walking over there because that flood tide's grabbing the stern of the tug. You guys are probably sick of me saying that. Okay, so I'm looking at the bow line and it's just coming tight now. It had been not so tight before, but it's coming tight now. So that's good. That will hold the bow over and I'm able to keep the stern over now. Let me show you something over here. If you look, the propeller is sticking out of the water. And they're in ballast right now, so, or they're out of ballast, I should say. So when that thing goes, it's part of the thing is out of water. Okay, now I'm gonna move my rudder because the stern is falling in. I can tell because the bow is coming out. So I'm gonna back on this engine, come ahead on this engine, and that should put the bow back in and lift the stern out a little bit. And you know what? I'm just gonna back a little bit so that we get that line tight again up there. See that line coming tight now? Or lifting up anyway, it's not tight yet. Now, I'll twist a little bit. There we go. All right, we're looking rather flat, so I'll leave it like that. But you can see how much, you can see there's another fluke just starting to come of the propeller out right over there on the bottom of the water line. And a lot of people say, oh, something's wrong. No, they're designed for that. That's what they do when they're light. They go, psh, 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 psh. You see all kinds of water out behind it. It looks kind of silly. All right, I get the feeling that we're moving here. But we'll have to do what we have to do. Yeah, Don't seem to be. Oh, I guess the guys up on deck here are moving something around. But hopefully they'll. Okay, now they're coming with a heaving line. Good. Because the longer I'm here, now that line has gone soft again. So I'm gonna pull again.
Like them when I get this forward line out, I'm gonna have you backing to that first line, and I'll make this one off as tight as I can.
Roger that.
They haven't started heaving them yet, though.
Roger that. All right, so the chief is on it. Said this in other videos before. It's great working with your own crew, even though we're on a different boat and all this, doing different kind of work. You get to know each other's sayings and stuff like that. So I know he and I are both. He knows what I want, and both saying the right things. And I'm watching that line over there again. I'm trying to squeeze the stern over by walking over to the left. Once again, that's a.
Yeah, if you could just fall back tight on that bow line, we'll get these.
All right, she's tight now.
Okay.
Okay. Bring up 2 lines at a time. That's gonna. Once that happens, everything's gonna be cool. Yeah. So when I walk the stern over, that would be the same as walking a whole barge over to the left. But because there's product on the barge, it's very hard to move it. So what ends up happening is my walking really means I'm walking the stern over. Now, there's 2 ways we could get the stern to go to the left. I could do a right twist, and that would bring the stern over, but it would also bring the bow out. But if I do a left twist with right wheel, then what it will do is walk that stern over with keeping pressure up or minimizing how much the bow comes out. And I'm into that line right now, just to let you know. Let me know when you're all set and I'll stop.
We got these 2 lines on the fleet.
All right, good deal. Just when I'll stop. All right, from Osage, Philadelphia. That's it. Thank goodness we didn't go to the wrong ship. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We are.
Good deal.
These guys are putting out a heaving line for stern line over here. And problem I have facing us is that the big blow is happening this later on, and the more product we pump off the barge, the more susceptible we'll be to that wind, the wind on there. Oh, the chief just is getting the heaving line. They're going to put up that stern line. Oh, things are looking great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You guys, if you appreciate the video, if you learned anything from it or anything like that, that's great. Give me a thumbs up. Maybe you maybe subscribe if you haven't, and you can hit the super thanks. You can also join us on Patreon. Put a link below, and please help me develop my other channel, SV Paquita. Put a link for that below too as well. You guys take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the water.